Now, in my last video, I was tying an emerging midge pattern, this one here, where I used the CDC dubbing, just as itself, just as like this is a CDC dubbing. And I spoke about in the video about blending it with another dubbing to sort of get a colour. Basically, like this is a dun pattern, which has the same sort of wing, but what I've done is I mixed in the dubbing as well that I normally use for the thorax. Now it's quite simple to do. Once you, obviously, you've got your waist ends, this is the waist ends of the CDC, and you basically build up your dubbing, and you keep going till you get I like to get, if I'm doing a batch of flies, it's best to actually make it up. Other than that, I would just, if I was just tying one or two, I would just blend it by my fingers. And once you've got enough dubbing, I'll do another couple here. Then we can blend it. Now it's quite simple to blend. Now this dubbing here, this is just rabbit. Just natural rabbit body fur mixed with a bit of UV flash. So like 1/3 of the dubbing blend and then the CDC fibres. And we blend these together. Now what I use is this. This is a Krups coffee grinder. And it's basically just to blend it up. Now what I do is take away any fluff, take the fluff in, just into this. Quite simple to do. And then we blend it up. It's quite easy, just lightly pulse it. This will blend, you don't want to cut it up, you just want to blend it. And that should be mixed. Let me quick check, that's fine. It fluffs it up, as you can see. There's a lot in here. And that's the dubbing there, all blended together, ready for using whatever way you want. I'm going to be using it as a wing. And as I say, the small quill done. Now just what I like to do is just put it together. And you can see it's a very light dubbing. So it is, it's light flat, light for, I mean this will float to fly. Now it's, as I say, it's quite simple to do, so what I'll do is I'll tie the fly now. The main sizes I tie for size 14s down to size 20s. Now I'm going to be tying a size 16. This is the hook I'm using here. It's the Fulling Mill, it's the ultimate dry fly. As I say, size 16. The thread I'm going to be using is a Lt.Cahill in 8/0. Just going to run the wax through to get it started. And we start at the eye, just work my way down. Remove the waste piece. Now what I'm going to do here is tie the tail in slightly different to the way I normally tie it in. Some people are struggling to actually tie the tail on and then turn underneath it to lift. Now, easiest way to do it is to go down, just come round the bend slightly, form a small tag with the thread, and then get your, in this case this is the white and coq de Leon. Now you're looking 4 to 6 fibres, just bring it 90 degrees from the stem, tear it away from the feather. Then what we're going to do is get the length of the tail round about the length of the hook. And we tie this on the top, a couple of turns, spread the fibre. It's easy to do, just a simple wee fly way to do a tail, and then we can trim that. Now you can put a bit of dubbing at the back which will help spread it even better, but that's fine, that works. Then for the body, we've got a dye, this is dyed yellow, it's a peacock eye, and then I've stripped the fibres off, or the herald off, using just a normal bleach or domestic. Now, and we tie this in close to the finer tip of the quill. Just going back a turn here. Then you're working your way up, a nice body in the fly. If you want more of a taper, you can go down with the thread and come back up a wee bit, but that's fine. Now to protect the quill, what I'm going to do is wind over some super glue, and this is the Full Mill fishing super glue I'm using. And then we do work our way up, just forming the body with the quill. Get to this point, tie off, 2 or 3 turns, trim this away. You can see the wee touch of herald there, and I like sometimes when I'm tying nymphs, I'll leave the herald on nearer the eye. Now just as a wee highlight, I'm going to use, this is a CDC feather, it's basically dyed Sunburst. Now what I'm going to do is tie the tip in here, it's just a tiny wee tip of the CDC. Now you can continue down here, you don't throw the feather away, you'll get another fly, or you get 2 or 3 flies out of this. Tie that on, trim away. I say just keep this, because when you pull this in, tie it, you'll get another one or 2. Got wax on my thread at this point. Tighten this area up. Now we want to spin the bobbin anti-clockwise. This will flatten the thread, and then what I like to do is just rub your dubbing needle. See if you rub your dubbing needle on it, you'll see how it goes flat, and once you do that you can then split it. Starting to split it now, so what I'm going to do is just run the thread through, the needle through, sorry, the thread, and then we're dubbing, we go to our dubbing. And don't be shy with your dubbing, put it on. Just going to put it in between the threads, slide it up. Now make sure you've got enough length for the wing, just checking that it's long enough before we start spinning. Now to tighten it back up, I'm happy with that, we can then spin the bobbin clockwise, we'll tighten the thread up. Now you keep going, you'll feel it getting tighter, and then once it starts to go, it should spin. There we are. Now what I'm going to do is lift the CDC at the back, and then just put a wee turn the CDC there, and then work my way towards the eye, drawing back fibres as we wind. Really, you can lift it up as well till you get to the eye. 2 or 3 turns, and then what I'm going to do here is put some varnish on the thread. And then wet finish. It's fine. And then trim your thread. Now always put extra dubbing on, more than you need. And what we do here is bring it out using the Velcro. Just watch your tail. Bring it up. Wee quick look. Take away the long fibres, just pinch them away. You can trim them away if you want. I usually just pinch them away. Now what I like to do is just air the fibre out with the hairdryer. Just come underneath. There we are. Simple fly to tie. I mean, it gives a great impression of the fly in the water, and you'll not go far wrong. The CDC, the yellow in there, just a wee highlight. It's amazing how much you can see that from a distance. You can use different colours, and you see nice pattern. Yeah, and basically using materials, especially the CDC, if you're going to throw that away, the cut ends, you make a good dubbing out it, and that dubbing can be used in nymphs as much as dry flies and mergers like I've been doing. So I hope you enjoyed that.